other people's problem. How come like?
But it was
Live
clear
stream.
for us. What it?
You're able to find buyer?
Yeah, just
I think you would be like $150.
no. It's there are two amount mentioned. One is $50 and one is $100.
I think it's $100 one because the ticket. What is the ticket of the subway? The minimum one, I think is $2, right? $2.
Just a minute.
Girl Vibhuti, that girl will be there, Nalin. I have invited that girl and her father also to
$5.
the webinar. Sanju's friend, call her.
Just make sure that they join.
सागरिका जी लाइव स्ट्रीम लिंक मैंने पोस्ट कर दिया व्हाट्सएप पे भी और इस पे भी जूम पे भी चैट में
जैसे like 450 450 हो जाता है, then we'll start sharing. हमारे पास सबका मतलब व्हाट्सएप पे है ना, it will be easier for us. कॉल कर लेती हूँ एक बार विभूति to join with her father.
सागरिका जी अभी मैंने पब्लिकली नहीं किया है, लाइव स्ट्रीम चल रहा है मगर
yes. चलेगा तो भाई
जी जी
शोभा मैम लाइव स्ट्रीम का एक बार लिंक शेयर करना है. अच्छा ठीक है,
मैंने व्हाट्सएप पे डाला.
हाँ ओके. हाँ भी चल रहा है, देख रहा है.
Now I'm using the two computer. One I'm using to read my computer here. So if I read like this, can you how it looks strange or not? Hello, can you guys?
Yes.
You hear me? Wait, huh? If I do like this. If I read this, today you are going to save about 1 lakh for yourself and your family. If I do like this, you guys can see? No, right? Yeah, you look like I'm reading, is it? No.
No. It's not look like you are reading.
The professor from NYCU, I mean the other one who's in the head of the international office. I mean, so they have the head of international office and they have the engineering English courses department, and then he sent me the message and said thank you for this, which is good. Yeah.
There are 30 students in, so shall we take them in now?
Yeah, we can take them in now.
Yeah.
And that approval is not there, is it?
Apurva, no lead.
Let me call her.
So you call her, then after 10 minutes we'll take
No, you
them.
can let the student in. There's no problem. We are nothing
Okay.
too high, so there's
Okay.
because when people wait too long, they don't feel comfortable too, right?
Yes,
So,
yes,
okay.
we have started. So why don't you just make Rima the co-host as well?
Just make sure that if any professor there, just let me know. Yes.
Yes.
Divyanshu, I like the I like the photo. Who's the Divanshu? Yeah. This
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I like the photo on your what's that profile. Yes, that's Japanese, right? Japanese.
Yeah, ma'am. And Japanese the name.
Yeah, but what is her name? Oh, okay, we talk later. Professor Lin, hello.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I hope you know that we have more than 11,000 people signed up already.
1100.
1100, sorry,
goodness.
1100. Yeah.
My
This I
goodness.
think is quite achievement from
Yeah.
our relationship management team, actually. Yes,
Yeah.
that's so much.
Across India, right?
Yes, across India. But just for your information, you think across India is not a lot. Professor Lin, so in Taiwan, the Ministry of Education, I have joined them 3 times of their education fair in India. Each time of the job fair, not even more than 200 people participate in 4 days. Not even 200.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
and they spend about generally 我讲中文好，他们大概每一次来都花800万台币左右，20个学校，然后都不会超过200个学生真正来参加，除了那些那个就是被invite到那边照相的外，没有真正来参加的人没有超过200个。
因为那个 physical 要 travel 比较麻烦。
对啊，可是你知道我们的 webinar 每一个礼拜，我在讲每一个礼拜都超过400个，而且是新的学生参加，你知道吗？真的，所以
virtual 比较容易，比较多人。
virtual 比较容易，是因为我们的 strategy， 我们的 R team they call 我用中文讲，他们是真的是一个一个打电话给他们学校的那个placement officer 还有 professor， 然后解释你在做什么，然后跟他们讲你们学校是多么的有名这样，然后就是一个打这样啊，对啊，一个礼拜。对，
很辛苦。
不会，我觉得这是 I mean we are doing the right thing。哎，你要不要先做一下 screen sharing？Make sure that you know how to screen sharing。Approval is there, Sagarika. Approval, are you there?
Yes, hi. Hi, good morning, Ms. Chen.
Yes. Oh, you need to wear the mask, is it still?
Yeah, I'm in library and we need to wear the mask.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Is it okay?
Yes. This is good. Yeah.
Can you see my slide?
Yes, I can see your slide. Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
It has been shared.
Yeah. Now you can stop sharing. Then Apurva, then now can you test your screen sharing?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Can you see that?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so in few minutes we will start. So we are going to
wait for some time because it's 10:54. Right, let people join at 11. So
yes.
So where are you located now?
Me.
Yeah.
Me. I right now I just moved to Dubai.
Okay.
6 months.
Oh, Dubai now. Okay.
Yes.
So you're in Dubai now. Okay.
Yes.
How about the others?
And all my team, one right now is Sagarika in Bangalore, Rima in Rima, where are you?
Mangalore.
Mangalore, yeah. Oh, you and Sagarika are very close now.
No, Miss Mosmi joined. Miss Mosmi from Pune University. Good morning, Miss Mosmi. Miss Mosmi
是现在一个在 Agra， 然后另外他们5个人都在不同的 location。
哇，
我们6个人在不同的 location。 Divyanshu,
Yes, ma'am.
you are the first time join, or how many times you have joined our webinar?
It's my first time, ma'am.
Your first time. Where are you from? I mean, in terms of which university you're from?
Ma'am, I'm from India at Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior, at Jivaji University.
Which university?
Jivaji University, ma'am.
GYG University. Okay. Which year you are in your college?
BCA second year, ma'am.
Oh, okay, good. Your second year, and you have, why you, second year, you are still far away from school, I mean, graduation. How come you want to join this webinar?
I just want to learn, ma'am, some new skills, and that will help me to pursue my future also.
Good, very good. Actually, I'm going to tell you how you can save the money for your family, okay? Is a Professor Manot Munot.
Mosme Munot. Hello. Good morning, ma'am.
Hi, good morning. Namaste.
Good morning.
Namaste. Yes.
Morning.
Namaste. Good morning, sir.
Yes. Thank you for joining us in this Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure being a part of something technically live that's going on.
Yeah, and just make sure that we will do my best and make sure that we will make sure that nobody wastes their 1 hour of their time, which is their life, in our webinar. Okay,
Definitely.
so that much of the promise you have from our side. Yeah.
Truly,
Yes.
and
Thank you so much, Ms. Mosme. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Sagarika, for all the follow-up and your selfless efforts. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
So now everybody, we can so Sagarika, then you guys know, I mean, which I will
So,
need
Bhaji,
to-
can you please make me the co-host, because I was logged out of the laptop because of connectivity issue. Can you please make me the
Yeah, in 11 o'clock sharp,
Yeah.
play the school's video first, yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I think this is better. My things are. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Lynn.
Yes, we can.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can.
Okay, good. There's someone resume. Okay, everybody actually just make sure I know we will do our best to complete the meeting at 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes. But I would make sure that this 1 hour and this time provide the right information, and we really don't need. You will not hear a lot like we are selling our service. That you will not hear that at all. And first of all, the Yamin Jiao Tong University don't pay us even 1 rupee to promote their university, and we don't receive even 1 rupee to give them any students. So just make sure that this is all.
फोटो काढ पटकन माझ्या ह्याच्या दर
um,
हातात घे
pronounce Sat. Can you mute yourself, please? That teams, you guys make sure. Then, Professor Lin, actually, you need to find a place where that your face can be more visible. Before was very good. You guys unmute the speakers as well. Professor Lin, can you find a place where that? Yes. Now it's better.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
用
Yes.
穿西装啊，没关系啦。你这么帅。
I think that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Approval. So everybody, when you join, just make sure you mute yourself because we really don't know who are there and who are. I mean, it would be quite disturbing when it's making a different noise. Yeah, for the speakers. Yeah. Okay, Shoba, you play the video. Thank you.
In 1896, Nanyang College, predecessor to National Jiao Tong University, was founded in Shanghai. 1958, NCTU opened its Hsinchu campus, establishing the nation's first graduate-level Institute of Electronics. 1967, NCTU was reorganized as a College of Engineering. 1979, NCTU was reinstated as a national university. 2016, NCTU's 120th anniversary. Over the course of the last 120 years, the more than 1 million alumni of Jiao Tong universities in Taiwan, Shanghai, Xi'an, Southwest China, and Beijing have profoundly impacted industry, commerce, and society across the world. National Jiao Tong University in Hsinchu has an ongoing formative influence on global trends. NCTU's innovations in the realm of technologies used in communications, computer and consumer electronics have propelled local industries to global prominence. Furthermore, these innovations helped in creating Taiwan's 3-decade-long golden age of technology and paved the way for Taiwan's science park industries and economic boom.
Taiwan Silicon Valley, which is just next door to the National Jiao Tong University, provides many opportunities for the collaboration on research as well as internship and employment opportunities for our students.
We work with Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company and MediaTek. They provide us the real sample from industry. Our students can work on the real problem of semiconductor industries.
We are working on copper interconnect technology. We control the microstructure in copper. We introduce high orientation 1-on-1 nanotune into the copper, and we can lower the resistance close to the theoretical value.
More recently, NCTU, as a global leader in information and communication technology and in semiconductor research, has been actively identifying and developing real-world applications for the results of its R&D work. The university promotes the dissemination of R&D results, develops cutting-edge technologies, and contributes to business and economic growth, with the results of its efforts substantively improving life and society across the world. Continuous infusions of well-targeted resources give NCTU today its 5 campuses: Guangfu, Boai, Taipei, Liujia, and Tainan. NCTU has fostered Taiwan's current advanced capabilities in the realms of electronics, IT, science and engineering, and biotechnology. It also helped in building the synergistic network of technical professionals and academics that has driven the resounding success of Taiwan's semiconductor sector. In step with societal trends, NCTU has branched out to create institutes of management, humanities and social sciences, Hakka culture, and law. Our strong faculty and academics convey knowledge and inspiration to new generations, while myriad opportunities for student interaction are the foundation for groundbreaking thoughts and ideas. In rediscovering and re-examining our cultural roots, we breathe new life into a shared heritage and create future leaders with outstanding faculties for critical thinking and creativity.
Actually, this is the introduction of NCTU. Now that they have merged NCTU with the Yangming University, which is mainly a medical university. So I think you guys should, later we will, I'm not sure whether professor know why they do this merge. I think they will help to enhance the university's ranking in the world ranking, I think. Yeah, later we discuss about it. Everybody, wow, that's very good. So we, in our Zoom, we can only allow 500 people join, and we have 1,100 people signed up. So in the future, if you want to really learn the right information for the study, make sure you join on time. Yeah, otherwise you can only join the live stream. Streaming, which actually is not that interactive as a Zoom. Yeah. Okay. For now, I cannot hear what you guys say. So let me do my introduction, and then we are going to introduce. I will introduce our guests later after my opening. Okay. Now I cannot hear what you guys say. If you have anything, please just make sure you type in the chat box. Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is Lynn, the founder and the CEO of EduCare Taiwan. And EduCare Taiwan this is the only time I'm going to do introduction of ourselves. We are, EduCare Taiwan is the education consultant, which we only focus on bringing students to Taiwan, not any other place. Okay. Now, I want to let you know today you joined this webinar, not only today, but for each webinar that you join, actually you will save about 1 lakh rupee for yourself and your family. I think Professor Lin as well got his PhD in US, so he know how expensive it is to study in US. They are in India, maybe every year, they are about 3 to 5 lakh students. 1 lakh is 100,000. Professor Lin, just for your information. So there are about 3 to 5 lakh students, Indian students go abroad to study. And among the students, about 33% of the students, they make loan against their home or their properties to go to Taiwan to study. If you thinking of going to US, we'll just take a US as an example, to have your master degree, that you minimum, actually you're going to spend about 50 lakh. Yeah, so 50 lakh, 1 lakh is 100,000 rupees, and 1 Taiwan dollar is 2.5 rupees. Okay, so that you can do the math by yourself. Now, normally, right now that's the salary after the master degree if you are really good, the starting can be 100,000 to 150, but average people get about 70,000 US dollar as a starting salary for engineering. And I can tell you that in Taiwan, if you are good, you don't really even need to spend this 50 lakhs rupees for this education. And equally, you can get the 60,000 US dollar of the salary easily. Yeah, easily. I'm not saying, and 100%. Yeah, especially if you got the admission, you got accepted by Professor Lin, and you graduate from his lab. I can tell you that I mean, there will be more than 2 jobs waiting for you before you graduate. And Taiwan does not even have the restriction on the working visa in terms of, they will not say, oh, you can, after graduate, you can only have 9 months you can work. That, I mean, in terms of Taiwan welcome in the future more, Taiwan welcome more Indian students to work in Taiwan, just for your information. So if you say every week we have 1 webinar, and if you join one-time webinar, you can save 50 lakhs. So 1 webinar, you get the information, even 1 sentence, you save 1 lakh rupees for your family. Every time, this time, yes, we are inviting Professor Lin from computer science. But right now, just for your information, a lot of product or research, they have to multidiscipline research. So even you say you are mechanical or chemical and chemistry, or computer and electrical engineer, material science, sometime, even for example, the reliability, technology, they require this all discipline to make things happen, right? So don't say that because I am mechanical student, so I don't need to join the computer science. That is not true, because you need to know what is new thing happen research is doing in the computer science. Then you would say, oh, I learned that, maybe that next time I can do this too, right? Every single hours webinar, I can share that you will at least learn something. Yes. Now, today, the flow of our webinar would be my opening. And my opening, I'm going to explain to you that how one person, without spending extra money, increase the people's life with 3 times in New York. Yeah. And then we will have the approval. I mean, she is from India. Yeah, she's going to introduce NYCU as a school. And NYCU, you guys, if you only heard of name NYCU, it was like, what is this? Just for your information, NYCU have the better world ranking than IIT Madras. So if you're not able to get the admission and to study in IIT Madras, make sure that you don't miss this opportunity to study in, NYCU. Okay, so she's going to introduce the school and her experience. And then our main guest is Professor Lin. Professor Lin actually is very, of course, I did not have the really, long interaction with him, but from his resume, not many professors who have built a company and sold his company to D-Link. I think everybody in India, you guys know the Wi-Fi router, the D-Link. So I think he sold the company to D-Link. Not sure whether he make a lot of money, so that's why he's relaxing and just, in the NYCU and think, yeah, let me see how I can contribute to the world. Yeah. So, and this is the, I can tell you, this will be a very unique time that you can have the live interaction with Professor Lin. In the whole India, only we have that. Yeah. I'm not sure whether I will make sure next time he will come again, if you guys behave. Yeah. And then follow with the Q&A that if you have any question to Apurva or Professor Lin, then we will take the question. When you ask the question, just make sure you ask the question with the specific manner. Yeah, you cannot say, I want to go to Taiwan to study. Can I get admission? Taiwan has 150 universities, and the answer is yes. Whether you can get it is that you have to introduce yourself, my name, and then my GPA, and then this and that. And then people can answer you quite properly. Yeah. Okay. Now, it's going to start my my opening. So make sure that everybody, including Professor Lin, I hope that you would enjoy my opening as well. So do you know that how in 1990, yeah, in 1990 in this New York City, actually 1990 New York City, the is the dark, is a messy, and then every year there would be about 2,600 people die in the beginning of 1990. But in 1999, the murder rate actually from 2,600 become 900. Yeah, now I'm going to share my screen, okay? Yes, I'm going to share my screen. So how that happened? So you can see that in 1990 here, yeah, this about 2,600, the murder, the case of murders, about 2,600, and go down. Actually here in 1999, actually is about 903, yeah. In this, 10 years, what happened? What can you guess? What happened? They have more police? Do you think more police can help? So if someone who can do this without spending extra money, how they do it? What happened? Actually, it's this person, Giuliani. Okay, so he was the mayor from between 1994 to 2001, yeah, and he became a mayor, but he did not get extra budget, and they don't have extra budget as well to spend on how he want to create a safe and more people can come to enjoy New York, in which that if more people come, the increase of the tourists can increase the revenue of the city. How are we going to do that? He cannot send more police on the street, right? You know what he did? He did two things, which is free, and then make that happen. Okay, wait. Yeah. One thing he done is that catch the subway fare evasion. You know what he did? So what he think is that those people who have the tendency to commit the crime, actually they are the people who generally they don't pay the subway fare. In US, actually you might not know that in India too, actually you go to buy your ticket, and sometimes they don't have the gate to check you, right? So even they have the gate to check you, they jump over the gate, right? So they have the study show that those people who commit the crime, that that if you go to this subway to check their ticket, if those people who don't pay, actually the high tendency is that most of them have the bad record. Sometimes they are even they are wanted men from the police. So that's one thing they do, okay? And second signal they want to send is that it's very safe to take the subway. In 1990, people were so scared. Subways is a place where the poor people go. The brave people go, because it's too dangerous, right? So this is one way, what he done. And the second thing he done is this: clean up the graffiti around the city. And you will say, what is that to do with reduce the crime rate? I think you guys might have heard of this broken window theory. Means that one window broken in the neighborhood, if someone go to fix it right away, they will not have the second window be broken. But if someone break it, 2 weeks, no one care, you will see actually there will be more window broken in that same building, in that neighborhood. That means what the signal is sending to the people in that area is that, first of all, there's no law and order in that area. And then, you have to be watch out by yourself, yeah? So what he did is that he cleaned up, repented the subway, repented the whole city, and make sure that people know this place have been monitored, and I determined to make it happen. So if you see, they have tried it actually, by the way. They have they cleaned up the graphic, and then this so the police or the the city government come to repair it. Someone do it again. They repented to clean it up again. So they want to make sure that they send a signal that we are determined to make our city safe. Yeah, only this 10 years, that's the only thing that, I mean, of course, that's small thing that he might have done, but only this actually reduce the crime rate by, I mean, 1/3, right? I think most of you might not know, and all of my team know that our mission, I think if you have the opportunity to look at our website, our mission is level up India 0.001 inch. And most of the people, I'm not joking, when I say this, people will say, really, people challenge me, how are you going to do that? If Giuliani can do this, he's the one person, and he level up, he changed this crime rate of the 2 crore people, 20 million people's life in this 2 simple action. Of course, that they have more action with that. If he can do it, so do we. So EduCare Taiwan can do it. We do this EduCare Taiwan's webinar every Sunday. Why I do so? I grew up in Taiwan, and I have my undergraduate in Japan. I have my MBA in US. That's where I met my husband. And I have scholarship to study in Germany for 2 summers. I married to my husband for 18 years. What I saw, majority of my friends, kids, they go to US, UK, or Canada. Without failing, 100% of my friends' kids go to US in this English-speaking country. I asked them how much they are preparing. everybody for undergraduate, they told me 2 crore, which means about 20 million rupees. Anyway, actually it's about 300,000 US dollar. That's how much they prepare actually. And I know, I want you guys to know the economic power has shifted from west to east, which actually is nobody can stop. What happened, like, people right now, yes, the CEO of the Google, Microsoft, and Pepsi, they are all Indians. But that is 1970 or 80 when they went to US. The time have changed. Now you guys all know that in US, even getting the job, visa is a big task, right? So the time had changed. And if you are still doing the same things, you are only going to trap in the place where you don't want to be. So in Taiwan, I want to tell why I think Taiwan is the better place for you. If your family, again, I'm not saying Taiwan is the best place for everybody. That's not what I'm saying. I want to tell you, if your family don't have 2 crore rupees of money, and they say, yeah, you just go there and just do whatever you want, and we don't want any return, then anywhere you can go. But Taiwan would be the place which is suitable for those students who the family can only spend less than 10 lakh rupee for your master degree, and you want to work right after you graduate, you want to get a job at least 50,000 US dollar, which is about 40 lakh, at least 40 lakh rupees. And then that's what the Taiwan would be the best place for you. Most of you are the first sign up student. That's what I want to just give me a little bit time that I explained to you that Taiwan top 5 university, including NYCU, they have better world ranking than the top 5 IITs. All of you don't know that. And you can go to the QS ranking, which is the most reliable world ranking for the university. You can check it out by yourself, right? Second, Taiwan is very affordable. All the feet, not only one, all the feet actually is about 3 lakh rupees. 3 lakh rupees is, who is doing the sharing? Sagarika? Hello.
Yes, Lean.
Sagarika, who is doing the sharing now?
I'm checking because I was logged out from my laptop. That's why I'm using the phone. Just a minute, I'm checking.
Shobha, yes. Make sure that don't let people to share the screen.
Share the screen. So much is just enable that option, disable that option. So only Lean, the host can or the speaker can do that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have to make sure that nobody can share the screen.
Yes, I'm so
Shobha,
sorry.
yes, make sure that you do that. Yeah. Lock the screen sharing, please. Thank you. So Taiwan actually, the fee actually is only 3 lakh rupees, 3 lakh Indian rupees. Okay. And you can later, you can really check with Apurva, right? Majority of, I can tell you, almost 90% of the Indian students in her school actually don't need to pay even the tuition fee, right? Apurva, is that right?
Yeah, you won't believe I didn't spend a penny to come here.
Yes, right. Okay.
Like
Yes.
even I am.
You cannot talk. No problem. Yes. So, and Taiwan, even if you don't get the scholarship, and if you study in Taiwan, the maximum, and if you really work hard, don't need to pay the tuition fee. 6 lakh for 2 years, you don't need to pay, and you will get the Taiwan government and the Taiwan University now is really want to build a good relationship with India. So they do provide a lot of scholarship and then stipend for Indian students. And just make sure that you guys know this is the one of the option. And the third things, the best thing that I want to let you know is that I think 80% of the most advanced IC chips is produced in Taiwan, right? Taiwan, if it's small, actually it's about Mumbai, population about Mumbai, and the size of the country is about Maharashtra size. But Taiwan actually is one of the places that have full supply chain of semiconductor or electronic parts, right? And the skill set you're going to get in Taiwan is not software, it's a hardware one. You're going to apply whatever most of you would need to come back to India, right? This experience and the skill set will be extremely valuable in the job market. Yeah. So most likely you can get the Taiwan salary and work in India. That is scenario you're going to happen. And this, I can tell you, it's going to happen in the coming 10 years. You will be more valuable than going to US. I'm not joking, because India need to be one of the supply chain in electrical parts in the world. And I think you guys need to make sure you catch the train. Yes, this is my my opening. And today, the Professor Lin, I think Apurva, I let you talk later. I will introduce Professor Lin, Professor Lin to do the presentation first.
Sure.
Why I say Professor Lin's research is extremely important for you guys to know is that he's doing the applied the machine learning in the network security and wireless communication. You will think, why is that to do with me? So from now on, the IoT, everything will connect with, chips, right? So all of the gadget, your fans, your lights, your door, your window, everything need to connect maybe with your phone. Yeah, might be connect with your phone. How important the wireless or the network security is important is how I send a signal, my light know what I'm talking. How I know I send a signal to the light, but my window open, right? So those kind of things actually, the Professor Lin's research, it would be very valuable for any students who want to have advantage in the job market. So do pay attention to Professor Lin's presentation. Professor Lin, actually the stage now is yours. Thank you. We cannot hear you. You guys can hear him? Actually, I cannot hear.
No, ma'am, cannot hear.
No, Lynn, unable to hear him. So he
sir,
has to unmute himself.
Sir, you need to unmute yourself first. Unmute， 你要先把静音关掉。你的静音，你看到有没有静音？你的静音有没有？你的有一个 mute， 你要 mute 那个地方，你要稍微yes yes。
Okay, okay. Because I was muted by some of you, so I couldn't unmute myself.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen first. Okay, and again, I couldn't share my screen, so you need to
sorry.
Allow me to share my screen.
Sagarika allow sir and then approver to unmute themselves and then share the screen. Can you guys? Yes.
Yes. Now can share screen.
Okay,
yes,
good. Okay, do you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning. Well, actually, it's 2 p.m. here in Taiwan, and I'm glad to give a short talk on introducing my research, and also introduce this university, NYCU. And I'm in computer science, and there's a program, EECS IGP, International Graduate Program, where I receive my student from other countries. Okay, so I might not be able to represent all the faculty members in EECS, but I'm probably one of the typical professor here. And actually, about maybe more than 1/3 of professors here, they have foreign student in their lab. Okay, maybe less than a half. Okay, close to a half. Okay, but so if you are not in computer science, well, suppose you are in EE or in other department, that's fine. But you can see a typical professor or a typical lab with foreign students would look like. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit on my research, current roadmap and next roadmaps. And in recent 1 year or 2 years, I started to focus on one thing, which is applying artificial intelligence or machine learning. I mean, the same thing, AI or ML, to cybersecurity, and also to computing and communication, or computed communication, in a sense that so that is 5G MEC, 5G mobile edge computing, which is to put computing capability into the communication infrastructure. Okay, and for AI for cybersecurity, I also look at cybersecurity for AI, which means that the former is to provide security by AI, and the later is to protect AI from being attacked. So if you have system with a lot of AI inside, those AI module could also become the target of attack, which means that the attacker try to fool the AI so that they can attack the system. Okay, and so I'm going to talk about these. Well, the reason why, in my research career so far, I work probably 2/3 on networking and communication, and 1/3 on cybersecurity. And now I'm applying AI to address the new problem in these two areas, which are cybersecurity and communication or networking. Okay, and so here's my my background. Okay, I got my PhD from UCLA in 1993. So you can guess how old I am now. 56. Okay, so I've been in NYCU. Well, it was NCTU, but now renamed as NYCU to include to merge with the medical university. The reason why as Miss Lin mentioned, the reason is because medical university usually have better research citations. So merge with a medical university would increase the school ranking.
Sir,
Yes.
actually, wait. Give me 1 minute. Everybody, please, when you are putting your message in the chat, I don't want anybody who put the any chat message not relevant to this webinar. Otherwise, if I see anyone which put in the irrelevant message in the chat, I'm gonna kick you out from this Zoom group. Make sure you behave yourself. I mean, we are really trying to help India, and I don't want anybody to disturb this. Okay? Yes, sir. Sorry. Sir.
Okay. So sorry.
I'm sorry, yes, sir.
So it is now NYCU. Okay, let's get back to introduction to myself. So I've been in NYCU for 26 years. No, sorry, 27 years. And as a computer science professor, one of the objective is to become IEEE fellow. So I became IEEE fellow in 2013. Okay, and I also participate a lot of international academic services and collaboration. So you can see a long list of editorship for journals. These are the mostly IEEE journals. And I was the editor-in-chief for IEEE Communication Survey and Tutorial in the past 4 years. My term ended 1 year ago, okay, at the end of 2020. And well, one thing I'm proud of is that I increased the impact factor for this journal from 9.22, 9 point something to 25 now. So it was 9 and now it's 25 in my service term of 4 years. And certainly that 9 or 25 is the top journal. I mean the journal with the highest impact factor among IEEE, among all IEEE journal, and also among computer and electrical engineering. Okay, so that's something I feel proud of by elevating the impact factor of this journal to a new high. Okay, and you can see my research area are mostly communication and networking, including software, network softwareization, SDN, NFV, and P4, mobile edge computing, wireless communication in 5G, IoT, V2X, and cybersecurity. As I said, I work on cybersecurity account for 1/3 of my research. Okay, and I have a paper citation exceeding 1,000. Okay, and it was also the concept of is also adopted by IEEE's 3GPP standard as the concept of small cell. Some of you, if you are in the communication area, you know small cell. The concept of small cell come from this. Okay. Okay, and I have students from many countries. Okay, in my lab, half of my students are local students, who are Taiwanese students, and then another half foreign students. And you can see they come from India, Pakistan, Indonesia, Guatemala, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Burkina Faso, Salvador, and France. Okay, so you can see mostly in developing countries, and mostly in Asia, and some in Central America. the reason why Central Guatemala, how come I have students from Guatemala and Salvador, is because these are countries with formal diplomatic relationship with Taiwan. Okay, that's why we got students, and they are on Taiwan scholarship from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan. So that's the reason why we had those kind of students from Guatemala and Salvador. Okay, and well, I found some of my foreign students are very well, even perform even better than the local students. So I don't differentiate them. I pay them the same amount of money. Okay, and foreign student in addition, they got a scholarship and tuition waive from the university. So there'll be two kind of money. One is from university, including tuition waive and scholarship, and another kind of money from me, which is from my project, which is called research assistantship. So you need to differentiate scholarship and research assistantship. Scholarship means that it's awarded without any obligation. So as long as you maintain your academic performance, you will continue to get a scholarship from the university. And assistantship, research assistantship is from your advisor, and who will because you got involved with the research project, so you got paid. So it's kind of it's not for free. It's because you work on the project. You actually work on your research. Your research is a part of the project. That's the reason why. And I have students who came with his wife and one daughter, sorry, one son. Right now, you can see this guy from Indonesia. He brought his wife and son. So, and he still can live well with the scholarship and assistantship, okay, together. So which means that the money is more than enough to support one person, and maybe merely enough for 3 persons. I mean, 2 adults and one kid will be merely enough. Okay, so which means that if you come along by yourself, certainly you don't need to pay, except that you need to pay for the air ticket to come here. And also, well, right now, some students have difficulty to pay the quarantine hotel. So there's a quarantine hotel still now that you need to stay for 14 days. For some country, it will be covered by the government. But for some other country, I don't know which country need to pay.
Yeah, India is covered. So
India is covered. So you don't need to pay for the quarantine. And I told my student that if they need to pay for the quarantine hotel, I will sponsor them at least 1/3 and at most a half, which means that I can cover your cost, but only afterward, not in advance, because I can only pay you from my project, and I cannot pay you from my project before you become my student. Okay, only when you are enrolled. Only when you are enrolled, you are eligible to receive money from the research project. That's the reason why. So some students say, "Can you pay me cover my cost?" I say, "You need to pay first," and then I kind of reimburse you informally from my project afterwards. Okay, so that might answer some of your questions. That if you need to come, and also as mentioned, India is covered, so you don't need to pay the quarantine hotel. And if you do, then I pay at least 1/3 or up to one half for you. Okay, but only afterward, after you enroll. Okay. And another thing is that 1/3 of the students, 1/3 of my students who graduate, they stay in Taiwan for a few years. Okay, so still until now, I have some students who work in the industry of Taiwan, okay, for years, Okay, I don't know whether they want to continue indefinitely, or they have a plan to go back. Not sure, but I know some of them still work here in Taiwan after graduation for several years. Okay, and there's one student from Salvador who went to after graduation. He went to work in I think Ericsson in Europe. Okay, so you can see well, they all have a good career. Okay, I also have some students who were lecturers in their who are lecturer in their home countries. So they have a master degree, but they don't have a PhD degree. So they come here to study for PhD, and well, and it's kind of required that they need to go back to their home country, and then they become a assistant professor. Okay. So,
Sir, can I
yes.
ask, if your students graduate, if they got the job in Taiwan, for example, for master degree students, what is the about salary? Do you know what they are getting?
Oh, okay. I think the monthly salary I heard is 75,000 NT dollars per month. So that will be
yeah, you multiply 75,000. Yeah,
2,500 US dollars per month.
Yeah,
2,500 US dollar per month for
yeah,
new master graduates.
Yeah. So, and this guy said this 2,500 per month. Actually, Taiwan's income tax is low, and the other thing, this is only base salary. So Taiwan right now, I think that most of the company pay 4 months of bonus as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
so
So that does so they will get a bonus. So the bonus is not included in that 25,000.
Yeah, and this is the minimum. That's the minimum you are getting, by the way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you graduate
fresh.
Yeah,
fresh. I mean, fresh master degree, fresh master graduate.
Yes.
And they got more after a few years. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I think more. I mean, as far as I know, that those like a semiconductor company, yearly income they are getting about 50,000 to 60,000 US dollar a year, actually, after 3 years of working.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
That's
yes.
Yeah, okay. And then I as I mentioned, I did a lot of international academic services, and also I did a lot of research collaboration with professors in many countries. So you can see I have collaboration with Bangladesh, India, Vietnam, Japan. These are in Asia, and then New Zealand, US, and Turkey, and then some European countries: Belgium, Poland, Hungary, Czech Republic, and also some with Spain, but not effective now. So you can see I have a lot of collaboration with them, and I counted just 2 weeks ago, and I was surprised by myself too that there are more than 11 professors I'm collaborating with. And for the professor I collaborate with India, I collaborate with IIT Madras. The professor is Krishna Sivalingam. You can Google his name, IIT Madras, Krishna Sivalingam. And another professor in IIT Bombay, his name is, let me see, his name is, okay, I forgot his name. Okay, okay, and so I'm collaborating with them, and I understand their research environment, and so the collaboration appear to be long-term collaboration. Okay, so and the collaboration strengthen and extend because My recent research style is more like this. Usually, I develop a research roadmap, and then under a roadmap, I develop several topics. And so let's say I develop 4 topics under a research roadmap. So then I will work on, my student will work on 1 topic. And then for the other 3 topics, we outsource to our partners, to our collaborators. So 3 other professors and their students in their countries, they are working on one of the 3 problems, and ourselves work on one of the problems. So then instead of working on the 4 topics in 4 years, no, we can work on 4 topics in 1 year, okay, in parallel. So that's a good thing about collaboration. I don't need to, I can speed up in finishing a roadmap. Okay, that's a good thing about collaboration. So collaboration not only speed up, but also improve the quality, because you got more brands looking at the same problem. So the quality is supposed to become better than it's just your students and you working on the problem. It could be, well, many brands, more than 2 brands looking at the problem. Okay, these are the photos taken either when they visit me or when I visit them. Okay. So next time, sorry.
Yes. Sir, 他们大部分的人想要知道你的research. Actually.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about my research. Okay.
Sorry. Huh?
So my current research roadmap is on applying. It started from applying machine learning to intrusion detection. So intrusion detection is to catch the hacking behaviors. I mean, catch the behavior of hackers on the internet. And the reason to apply machine learning here, instead of the traditional way, which is to use the signature-based, you use the signature-based to do intrusion detection, to detect the intrusion or detect the malware. But signature-based does not work that well anymore, because those patterns change a little bit, and the signature will not match. And if you don't match, then you have false negative, which means it's a malware, but you didn't catch it. So the trend now is to catch the behavior by machine learning, because it look at the behaviors instead of signatures in the malware or in the packets. Okay, you look at the behaviors, and for the behavior you could look at the network behaviors, okay, or the host behavior, which is you look at system log. You look at system log to check to see whether the system log shows that some hacker has visited this host. Okay, and the way to do this is this: we construct a tool called CREAM. If you search on GitHub, you know, some of you might know GitHub, GitHub. That's an open source host for software project or even hardware project. And if you search on GitHub, search CREAM, CREME, you'll find the tool and you can give it a try. The tool is to construct the battlefield for hackers. So they'll be it will reproduce hacking behaviors, okay, to attack clients or to attack server programs. And then we record the traffic and record the system log, which are the footprints of the hackers. Okay, and then take that as the data, and then train the machine learning get it processed by machine learning algorithm, which will generate the model. The model will then be used to detect new data, new footprint, to see if there's a match. Okay, if the model detects that, oh, this system log is suspicious, or this traffic connection is suspicious, it will say, oh, this is malicious, and this belongs to certain type of attack. Okay, so we can use the model to detect. Okay, after we train the model. Okay, and then we calculate an F1 score to see how accurate the model is in detecting host behavior and network behavior of the hackers. Okay, that tool, CRIM, does this job. And we find out, okay, it's quite effective compared to signature-based approach. By this machine learning-based, behavior-based approach, it could learn and detect, especially 0 days. Okay, 0-day malware or 0-day intrusion, which means that they are new. You don't have signature yet. Okay, and because they have some behavior which are the same as the previous attack, so your model still can catch. Okay, so that's what we started with. Okay, after we finish this, we expand this into the next roadmap. So I'm going to talk about the next roadmap on the next page. And then because I work on mobile edge computing and also cloud edge and fog federation, and we have a research problem called offloading, which is to offload the computation from one side to another, or from cloud to the edge, or from edge to the cloud. Okay, and that was done by traditional optimization algorithm. Okay, but traditional optimization algorithm takes time to do the computation. Usually it would take a few seconds, at least a few seconds, to finish the job in deciding how to recalculate the offloading ratio, for example. Okay, and what we want to do is, well, if we want to do it in the control plane instead of management plane, it needs to be fast as like 100 milliseconds, not a few seconds, but 100 milliseconds or less. So then we need to do another approach instead of traditional optimization, which is done by something machine learning algorithm, a special type of machine learning algorithm, which is called reinforcement learning, which is that you start from a not so optimal solution. So it's more like you learn the system and you give the first feasible answer, and then you check the status of the system to see if it's good. If it's not good, then you adjust, and then check the performance feedback again, and then gradually in several rounds, your solution become much better, and then eventually approach the optimality. Okay, so that's called reinforcement learning, which is another type of learning. We find out that well, it's pretty good because especially when the decision time is become much shorter, even though you have a learning curve to reach optimality. And another thing is that if there are some information or some measurement which are not ready or partial, well, traditional optimization will fail here, but reinforcement learning can still get the answer, okay, which are okay, even though not optimal yet. Okay, so when you have some unknown parameters, reinforcement learning is much better than traditional optimization. Okay, so we adopt this approach to many domains, like in MEC, in central office, we architect as data center, or V2X or vehicular fog, okay, to see their effectiveness. Okay, it turned out to be pretty well. Okay, and another one, which is kind of called federated learning. Well, we are thinking that AI IoT as a service, which is from the service provider's perspective, can we construct IoT, but with AI enabled, and together it's a service to the subscribers. And there we see the need for different type of learning, because the subscriber would need some privacy, so they don't want their data to be exposed to the public, and they don't want their model to be used by others. So you might have small data, but small data and generate a private model, or small data private model and then federated into a public model. So that kind of small data versus big data, private model versus public model, okay, is something we investigate here, and we want to see how to architecture-wise how we design that. Okay, and there's some other more legacy work which I have done for years, and it's being closed down. So these are something that are finished or almost finished, which are in on my current roadmaps. And then next roadmap, there are 3 roadmaps, and I would only describe the idea. The first roadmap is I'm going to construct another open source tool by transforming CREAM, the open source tool, to another framework which is called ASF, AI Service Framework for the service provider. And we want to construct this, re-architect this, the CREAM, so that it will be able to, it will be highly reconfigurable, that can configure it into IDaaS, intrusion detection as a service, or AIoT as a service. Okay, so that the service provider can use the framework to try to configure the architecture, network architecture, into multiple tiers. Okay, and then map the service modules, the AI service module, onto different tiers, and then adjust the capacity. It could be one container or multiple container for a certain service job. Okay, so that I can test it in a lab to see which architecture and which service job mapping and which capacity allocation will be good for this service. In terms of performance and also accuracy, I mean, for AI, you have accuracy. You don't want to have false positive or false negative. So if the service provider can try out the service in the lab, in the test bed, and then grow it further, and then they could migrate the entire test bed to the field, offering the service. These are something I plan to do, and I think it's quite ambitious for service provider, including operators, and I mean edge service provider like AT&T and maybe India Telecom, and also for cloud operators like Google and Amazon. Okay,
Sir,
and so there'll be, yes.
Sir, can you just let me allow to tell one thing? You guys, whatever the sir is telling now is very high level of information. I can bet you, really, I can use my credit or to bet this information. If you can talk and in the interview, job interview, just talk 1% of what sir is talking, there's no way you will miss the offers, right? If you
Certainly.
don't understand, sir, wait, sir, it's okay. You guys don't understand. The sir actually can be the IEEE members, which is the honor. And the thing he's doing actually is very important. Yes, you don't have the level to understand it, but you should try, right? Not even trying, everybody say boring. If one person today who catch 1% of what sir is saying, and if it's an interview, you got the job interview in Airtel, and you are going to do the computer science job, you just remember what sir is saying today. You're going to stand out among all the cloud than other students. I can bet you. You yourself don't want to learn. Please, you guys, don't disturb the sir's presentation. And so actually, because most of the students, they are, undergraduate, they might able to comprehend the high level of the research you are doing. I'm very sorry, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would, well, I don't know whether we have time to look at all the messages, on the chat board, but
you don't need to.
Yeah, okay, maybe we can take a look at that later. Okay, yes, indeed. Well, when you look at AI applying to certain domain, yeah, I am treating AI or machine learning algorithm as more like a library functions, more like library function. And I actually do not research AI or machine learning alone. I apply AI, machine learning, and sometimes I try to improve machine learning algorithms so that it will fit better onto my problems. Okay, and I believe 5 years later from now, most engineers and researchers, they would treat machine learning as library functions, which is a essential skill essential tool that you would apply to solve your problem. So it's not going to be fancy anymore. Maybe 5 years or 10 years later, it's fancy today still. It's not going to be fancy 5 or 10 years. It's going to be an essential skill later on. Okay. And so for this ambitious project, it's going to be sponsored by the government. And recently there's a company get interest on this, so they might want to join and sponsor us additional project. Okay, and you can see that the research topic here, even though if you are undergraduate student, you could still get a feeling about this. Okay, so I want to look at the network architecture, whether it fit better to be cloud fork or edge fork or cloud edge fork, which architecture will serve better for this kind of service framework. Okay, and service model, should I adopt small data private model or small data public model or big data public model? Okay, so you can see, if you understand, when I say small data, it means the data belongs to a particular tenant or particular subscriber. Okay, when it's big data, it means that the data, I aggregate the data from different tenants or subscribers to form big data. Okay, and private model, which means that this model is mine, I don't want to share with others. Okay, public model means it's going to be shared by others. And but it's natural to see small data private model and big data public model. But how about this small data but public model? Well, you need a trick which is called federated learning. So we need to federate multiple models. You need to federate private models, multiple private model into one public model. So that's the idea of federated learning. Okay, and then the traffic to handle will be intrusion traffic, IoT traffic, and yeah. So these are some research topic we are looking at. Okay, the next roadmap is AI for cybersecurity.
Sir,
which is
you only have 5 minutes more, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. AI for cybersecurity, which is I mentioned that for crime we try to look at behaviors, okay, hacking behaviors, and this could be network behavior or host behavior. We also start to look at intelligence. Okay, intelligence is something that their organization try to collect the intelligence on the hacking behaviors. So from them, you would be able to know which IP or which domain are doing malicious activities. So if we can combine these three, we'll be able to detect hacking behaviors more accurately. So that's an essential idea. And there's a startup company formed by this is formed by my former students. You can Google this company, Site Carrier, CY Carrier, Site Carrier, and it now become a very successful startup company. And we are doing collaboration with them. It's very potential company that could go IPO in US. Okay, wow. So we are waiting for the big success. I mean, expecting a big success from them, and I'm doing collaboration with him, mostly because he was my former student, and also I continue to work on cybersecurity. So we have some synergy in between, and there are research topic that I don't have time to cover. It's quite deep. Deep research that have potential to improve their products and also file patents in Taiwan and also in US. The other roadmap, which is cybersecurity for AI, which is a topic that I mentioned that AI could be also attacked. they're attacking not the system, but the network. They're attacking the AI modules. It could be, suppose I have a machine learning based IDS, intrusion detection system, and because it's machine learning driven, and that machine learning module in the IDS could also be attacked, which is something we have done in the past 1 year. We tried this, which is called adversarial attack. If you Google adversarial attack, you will know what it means. It's to attack AI modules. And so we set up some defense strategy to see how we can protect AI better. And it turned out to be very good. So that if we do some training, which is called adversarial training, it's like teaching the kids how the bad guys might fool you. So if the kids got trained on that, then they will be more immune to the bad guys. Okay, so that has been applied here, and we are going to apply to electric vehicle, machine learning based electric vehicle, because there are going to be so many AI modules in many control systems in electrical vehicles. Okay, for example, the brake system, the motor system, they are going to be adaptive and because of AI modules. Okay, so and those AI modules, if one day got attacked, you can imagine how serious it could be. Okay, a lot of cars will collide on the road simultaneously if the mobile got prey at the same time. Okay, and so we want to apply what we have learned here onto electrical vehicle, and because of Foxconn, if you Google Foxconn, you will find that Foxconn is devoting into electrical vehicle. They want to turn the car industry into computer industry.
Yes.
So the car will become computers, and computer industry, Foxconn is more like a king, or at least a queen, for manufacturing, and they want to manufacture electrical vehicle, and so that's the reason why they got interest on this, and they want to know, okay, if I have a lot of AI module in EV, and well, I certainly want to defend them because the hacker would attack the AI module. Okay, so that's why they got interested, and we are talking about they are going to start a project with us from January this year and next year. Sorry, two months from now. Okay, and the final page I have is I'm looking for potential students and also collaborators. It could be professor in India or other countries. And I'm looking, well, this will be true for many EECS professors here. They are looking for, we are looking for self-motivated and disciplined students. And because I'm in CS, and so the default is that you need to have good programming skill in any language. It doesn't need to be binded to a particular language. As long as you are good at least one particular language, that's fine. Okay. And then you have some general background on computer science or communication, including algorithm, operating system, TCP/IP. And one comment is that I don't really care that much about GPA myself. I don't care that much, but sorry, the university cared.
Yes.
The university review committee, they care your GPA. So if you don't have a good GPA, you might still get admitted, but you would not get scholarship. Okay, then you will be solely relying on my assistantship, and which will be more challenging for you to maintain the living expense. I mean, to cover the living expense. So that's the reason why GPA equal to scholarship, and not so equal to admission, but equal to scholarship. So if you don't have good GPA, something like 3 out of 4. Out of 4, it should be something like 3.5.
Yes.
Yeah, to be good GPA.
Yes.
And then you could get scholarship, but if your GPA is like a 3.0, okay, and I look at your CV, I would say, oh, you're a good student, but potentially you might not get the scholarship from the university because the review committee care, even though I don't care, but I couldn't help I couldn't tell them don't care about GPA because they need to be fair to applicants. Okay, so they look at the GPA. So your GPA could not be too bad. You need to be at least good enough. It doesn't need to be 3.9, maybe 3.5 is good enough. Okay, and domain specific knowledge. Well, these are preferred. I don't ask for this. I'm not asking that you need to know cyber. You have taken courses in cybersecurity, machine learning, 3GPP, 5G, cloud computing, optimization, queuing theory. These are nice to have. Nice to have. It's if you don't have this, fine, but you need to have these. You need to have this. Okay. And then a research style in my lab is combining development and research. It's not just research and running simulation. No, you need to do real development. So it's going to be either big development, small research, or big research, small development, either one. And I value new problem more than new solution. New solutions are fine, are good, are great, but new problems are even better. And my recent research style is more like developing roadmaps to come up with a few topics, and we work on one topic ourselves, and then also to the collaborator for the other topics, so that we can speed up and be more productive in addressing a research roadmap. Okay, in terms of career path, I just mentioned that the starting salary for newly master graduate, they start from 2,500 US dollars per month. That's a basic salary for them, and does not include bonus. I know some of them got close to 3,000 per month. Okay. And some of them, if they are lecturer, they already got a master's degree and they are pursuing PhD, and they might get to the academia. There's one student from India who was in another university, National Central University, and because I called the vice. And after he got his PhD, he came to my lab to do his postdoc. And then he went to NTU-ST, National Taiwan University of Science and Technology. You can Google his name, Binaya. Well, you can.
Sir, sorry,
you can look,
time is up,
yeah.
sir. Time
Yeah,
is
okay.
up for your side, sir. Sorry.
So I even have a student who went to teach in a good university in Taiwan. Okay, so they either stay in Taiwan or go back to their home country, and also they could go to other third country. For example, the student from Central America went to Europe. Okay, so that concludes my talk. Thank you.
Sorry, yes, sir. Actually, guys, I mean, what sir is doing is a little bit high level of the concept for the cybersecurity and network securities. For example, what sir is doing, that like for the Foxconn, they are doing the EV, right? This
Yes.
actually, I want you guys to know that in China, there's a Tesla, there's one car. The hacker hack into the car, and then the driver cannot control the brake, and they hit the wall. So right now, that is why the sales in Tesla in China have been dropped significantly. So right now, this EV is the future of the transportation, and there are a lot of hiring for this field as well. Whatever, I understand you guys are not patient for this, but whatever the sir, you can stop sharing. Thank you. Whatever sir is sharing now actually is extremely, it can only, whatever he's saying that you can only catch that 5-10%, you will help you to get into the second round of interview, seriously. And I have been headhunter for 12 years, right? You need to talk sense. And this is one of the knowledge that can make you stand out than others. And you guys actually have missed it. whatever it is, okay. Approval, sorry, sorry, we have to, because approval right now, can we give the stage to you? Thank you. I'm so sorry. And by the way, you guys, when ask questions, just make sense. And those people who did not make sense, we already kicked them out, by the way. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, can you guys allow her to unmute?
Yeah. Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Chen, to give us opportunity to introduce about the department ECS IGP. First of all, I would like to tell to all the participants that my presentation is all about like how you can apply, how to apply, how you can get the scholarship, and what are the opportunities, how can you get an advisor like in ECS IGP in NYCU. So I will talk about NYCU, I'll talk about ECS IGP, and I'll talk about my experience in Taiwan. So it's so I'll start. Maybe I'll just take 5 to 6 minutes to just explain whole scenario to you guys.
Yes, thank you.
So that you don't get bored. Okay, this will be my outline. First, I'll talk about, maybe you must have known about NYCU, so I won't talk that much. Then I'll talk about ECS. Then I'll talk about what are the application deadlines, what is the correct time when you can apply for this particular institute, what are the scholarship, how can you get the scholarship, and how can you apply for the scholarship, why I choose Taiwan, and what is my research. So Professor Lin already explained about the merger between Yangming and Chiao Tung University. It became Yangming Chiao Tung University on February 1, 2021. Basically, Yangming focuses on medical side and Chiao Tung focuses on electrical and computer science engineering. These are the campuses already mentioned in the video. And then we have different kind of colleges. We have artificial intelligence, computer, electrical, computer science engineering, International College of Semiconductor Technology and Photonics. And these are the other one. You can just have a look. These are the NYCU leaders, like our alumni. They can work in TSMC, UMC, Qualcomm, MediaTek, Micron after they can graduate from any one of the advisors from NYCU. Okay, so NYCU is known for its ranking and academic excellence. It has strong research output and strong research internationalized campus. It has a lot of internship opportunities. Also, I would like to highlight here that in this slide, here you can see that we have Hsinchu Science Park is one of the big science park, like where most of the companies are, and this is the Kongfu campus. So it's just beside the Kongfu campus. So you guys can just go and get any kind of internship or even job just nearby your campus. So it'll be easy for you guys to just do your research and side by side internship. Then this is about our program, which is called ECS IGP. It is established in 2008 for the master degree program and 2012 for the PhD program. We have 230 plus faculty members from EC and CS colleges. As of now, for the students, for the Indian students, we have 18 Indian students in master program, in total of 59 students. For the PhD students, we have 38 Indian students out of 95, and total alumni are 409, out of which 132 Indian students. We have 5 major concentration. Here you can see that you can choose any concentration, and in any like one of the concentration there will be different kind of subject or research area. You can just go to the website and check. Like for me, I am from the photonics and display, so I have chosen that kind of research. So you can choose as per your research interest. Then this program, a little bit introduction. This is a joint program sponsored by EC and CS colleges, specially designed for the international student. Internship, I have already talked about that. We have internship in at Hsinchu Science Park. Chinese language, you can get, even in ECS, our director has started a new program last semester, like he can let student, especially Indian student, they hired a teacher for so that on the weekends we can just go to the class and learn Chinese. Chinese is not compulsory to do a master's in Taiwan, but I'll say that it will be easy if you know a little bit of Chinese to stay here, like to do daily talk to the normal people, and all the courses delivered are in English. Then this will be the career talk and employment meeting. Like, for example, in your second year, you would like to go for the open houses, like the companies, like in India, we have companies coming and doing the placements, right? So here it is known as open house. So the companies will come here, like TSMC, Delta, and whatnot. They'll come here. You just need to reserve the slot for the job interview, and just need to go and then give the interview. That's it. Like, and these will be in English only. These in our program there will be a company visit. This visit is to Delta Electronics last year, and we do have many workshop on machine learning, AI, and on what are the current scenarios going on. So this will be the admission dates. We have 2 semesters, fall semester and spring semester. If you want to apply for the fall semester, you need to apply between December 20 to March 5, and for the spring semester it will be from August 10 to September 30. And then the announcement will be for the fall semester, it will be mid-May, and for the spring semester it will be mid-November. You need to check this time if you want to apply for the spring semester, and course will begin for the fall semester. It will begin from mid-September. Okay, one thing here.
Apurva, don't worry about it. It's okay. You speak slowly. This information.
Oh, can you just? Okay, yeah, I thought
this is very important message. You guys really, I mean, this time, I mean, you guys are the worst audience that I have ever experienced. Seriously, I mean, I really feel bad for the guests. They come even without taking even 1 rupee to prepare this. Professor Lin, they spent, I mean, it's a Sunday for him, and then he come and then share this experience. You guys make such a, I mean, things, and the people feel that they have to rush. What kind of thing you are doing to yourself? Apurva, don't worry about it. You speak slowly, and this is an important message. Yeah, and the student need to know. At least for those students who are really want to, if you make the wrong comment, we already kicked them out already. Okay. See, we are not doing this for profit. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, so behave. Apurva, I'm extremely sorry. You speak slowly. This is really important message. And the student need to know. Yes, sorry.
Apurva, extremely sorry from my side also, and Professor Lee as well. Extremely sorry.
No, that's fine. Maybe I'll just start this slide. I will explain again and little slow.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. Why you guys behave wrongly? We have to say sorry. Seriously. Apurva said sorry. I mean,
it's okay.
This is important. I think the slide before, I mean, those major, you guys know what kind of things they are doing. Okay.
Okay, let me start. So for the application admissions dates, we do have 2 semester. One is fall semester, other is spring semester. We have the application period starting from December 20 to March 5. For the spring, you can apply during this period, and the courses will begin from mid-September for the fall semester, from the mid-February for the spring semester. One thing need to take care of that spring intake is for the graduate program. If you're applying for bachelor program, you cannot apply for the spring semester. Then here in Taiwan, courses run for 18 weeks in each semester. For the fall, it will be from August to January, and for the spring, it will be from February to July. And if your application is late or incomplete, maybe you forgot to attach your resume or anything, it will not be considered from the first round only. And you cannot again give that to to submit to our OIA, Office of International Affairs. So you need to fill your application very, very, very carefully. Then these will be the scholarship. This will be the first scholarship. Professor Lin already mentioned about the NYCU International Student Scholarship. It is applicable for bachelor, master's, and PhD. Then we have NYCU Elite PhD Scholarship. It is only for the PhD student. Then we do have Taiwan Scholarship provided by Ministry of Education, MOE. It is also for bachelor, master's, and PhD. We have some other scholarship, TIGP and IIT. We do have joint program of like IIT and NYCU. Some students from IITs, they come here like starting from their second year, and they'll do their research. Like the advisor will be the Indian professor, and then co-advisor, or maybe the advisor is one other advisor is from this university. If you want to know more about scholarships, like how can you apply and what are the documents you need, you can scan this code, and then you can just browse, like you can go to the international student option, and then you can find all the details very briefly. Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's okay. And then this is about like why Taiwan, already mentioned, but I would just maybe give a little introduction. Like they have like lot of scholarship, academic research quality, rich and colorful culture, better opportunities and seeking job opportunities, better location, and so on. Then these are this slide I've prepared for especially for Indian students, because we Indians, when we come to other country, we need some taste from India. Like we go and find some Indian restaurants. So let me tell you guys, we do have here some restaurant where you can just go and dine in. Like we have Lucky the Dhaba, Chili's, and Foreign Mart. Even in Foreign Mart, you can get what are like spices and grocery, everything. And we have Trinity Indian store as well in Taiwan. This is about me. This is my research. I am from Professor Hong Rui Hua lab. I joined NYCU in 2020 February. My concentration is photonics and display, and I am basically into the fabrication background from semiconductors. I do hemp Schottky diodes and photodetectors devices with using this gallium oxide. You guys must know that now the technology is shifting from silicon to gallium nitride, and after gallium nitride there is this material called wide band gap material called gallium oxide, and this is how we do it using MOCVD. The people who are like from the semiconductor background, they know about the MOCVD and gallium oxide. And I do the material properties by using TEM, AFM, SEM, XRD, and XPS. And I use programming with COMSOL. My education I am doing here. This is my current, here I'm studying, and I have done my undergraduation from Amity University. Why I choose Taiwan? Because TSMC is one of the reasons why I choose Taiwan, because I really work into TSMC. I can't work into TSMC if like I have not enough expertise into that particularly background. So that's why I joined this lab, and I worked into that kind of like expertise. I need that kind of expertise to go to TSMC. And you guys all know that this is the largest foundry, and it gives many technologies firms like Apple, Qualcomm, and Nvidia. They are this company's client. And we in Taiwan, there are very less cost of living, less personal expenses as compared to other countries, easy transportation, and better living standard. And yes, that's it. So this is the website. You can if you have any kind of question regarding like how I can get the admission, how to apply, what are the documents you need, you can just send an email to this account. You guys can note this email, and these guys will send you the answer from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Taiwan time. ECSI@nycuedu.tw. TW, and you can also find the website, all the concentration, whatever you want, what advisor, what is his research or her research, you can find in the website, and you can follow us on Facebook as well. Thank you so much, guys. If you have question, I would love to answer them. Thank you.
You guys, seriously, I mean, thank you, Na Buva, thank you very much. I mean, seriously.
It's okay.
Yeah, Professor Lin as well. I want you guys to know, see, you guys, do you know how many people know TSMC? You know, 10 years ago, TSMC is 10% of Intel, the sales, okay? 10%, or the market value is 10% of the Intel. Today, TSMC is 3 times of market value of Intel. TSMC have about 650 billion. The market value in right now actually is the top 7 largest companies in the world. Intel now, the market value is 20 billion. It's only 30% in this 10 years only. Why approve I want to go to TSMC? And I can tell you, TSMC is going to continue to excel. You know why? Because I mean, this, I don't need to say that right now. TSMC, every single employees, the base salary minimum actually $60,000 US income, which that even you don't need to go to US for your master degree in Taiwan. This is you can get in TSMC. Now, the professor who actually here, and you guys behave so. You guys, how, I mean, I feel very bad that Professor Lin and then Apuva, what you guys have done to yourself. That's what I'm saying. I really don't want to get angry, but this is the really first time I really, experienced this. Yeah, please. I really don't feel good to, okay, I only take, Professor Lin, I'm so sorry. I only take 2 questions. Professor Lin, actually, I would personally, call you and say sorry to you. Yeah, seriously, Apuva, I'm so sorry. Okay, I only take 2 questions. You can ask question, which is proper. And you guys, so many of you have the valuable time. So our time is not, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so we will try to answer it we only take 2 questions, okay? So you guys, everybody today, the reason we are here, because we have the common karma, right? And I feel, I really don't know how to say, I'm so sorry. Okay, we take 2 questions. Go ahead. Rima, can you take 2 questions?
Rima ji, can you take the questions?
We have questions from Junaid for Professor Lin. He's asking about reinforcement learning that is better than traditional system. Can you explain what traditional system is that? And he has one more question. Are you working on adversarial attacks and defenses in deep learning also?
Sir, can you answer? You need to unmute Professor Shoba. Unmute Professor, always unmute Professor speakers, please.
Yeah, okay.
Too.
Yeah, I can speak now. So the question was, can you repeat the question, because there are so many questions.
So you just put the question in the chat box again now.
Yes.
Can you put the, sir, just wait, huh? That's what I'm saying. Now you guys are, sending the. I'm so sorry.
There's one question saying.
Sir, wait. Okay. This question actually is important. Answer this question. I think. Wait, huh, sir?
Can I repeat again? Yes, ma'am.
You send the question now to the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Did you see it now? No, Rima, I did not see it in the chat box though. Can you resend? Yes. Yeah, sir. Can you see it now? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, the traditional optimization need all the parameters to be known, and then do a lot of computation. It takes time, usually from seconds to hours to finish optimization job. But reinforcement learning would be able to finish, make a quick decision first. So in a much shorter time, for example, tens of milliseconds. So tens of milliseconds compared to minutes. So that appears to be much faster. So so that's the reason why reinforcement learning is more popular today. It's increasingly popular today. Okay. And another question is about on adversarial attack and defense in deep learning also. Certainly in all kinds of learning, you could launch attack. And then you also need a defense, better defense mechanism. And today, most of that kind of adversarial attack and defense are being studied in the domain of image processing. Because image processing is the area relatively mature in adopting AI, and in other area, in other computing and communication and cybersecurity area, it's not so mature. But in image processing, so I would say image processing is the first area adopting a lot of AI, and that's why there are a lot of also a lot of adversarial attack being applied there. For example, you look at the photo, it looks like it looks like a dog for human being, but for machine learning algorithm, you will view it as a cat. It's not a dog anymore because the machine learning has been cheated by the adversarial attack, and the attack launch some noise into the images so that it will fool the machine learning module in image processing. And certainly there will be defense mechanism there in that kind of image processing applications. And similar attack would also be launched on other area, but that are not yet well studied. So that's the reason why it's a new research area. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. You guys, just this point, I want you to remember, if you right now, if you go to any interview and people ask you, what is a reinforcement different from the traditional one? If you're only able to answer this, you can go to the next round of interview. Now, sir have said the second very important point. For the, for this attack or the defense, what is the most valuable, or right now it's a more mature method to do this? Did you guys hear what Sir say? If you miss it, sorry, right? That is the other one more interview question that you might get if you want to get into a very decent company. Please pay attention. And this is for you. If not for us, we don't need to do that. We already have the enough.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, it's
I'm
okay.
So sorry,
yeah,
sir. Yes. Okay. Next question. I'm so sorry, sir. Okay, next question. You guys, Nitish, you have question. You can type in the chat box. Rima, you can read. You can get one more question. Go ahead.
The next question is from Shubham. For professor again, like he's working as a research associate in IIT Dhanbad, working in IoT and ML domain. He want to increase his research aptitude, research findings first before getting into PhD. So he's asking, is there any like opportunity or like what kind of salary he's going to get, like any idea kind of thing?
Okay, yes, certainly the chance is good if you are already in IIT Dhanbad. And we just need to see you got a good GPA, okay, and well, something like above 3.5 in bachelor or master study, and also some well, since you are already doing research in IIT Dhanbad, so maybe you can also show your publication or research potential with some evidence. Okay, and in terms of salary for PhD students, as I said, well, for my students, I pay him something like between 600 US dollar to 1,600 US dollar to 1,000 US dollar per month, and they all in addition to their scholarship from the university. And I know that the basic living expense in Taiwan is like 400 US dollar per month for students. So it's much more than, well, even for the research assistantship alone is already enough to cover, because you need 400 US dollars per month. But I give you 600 to 1,000 US dollars per month.
Extra.
So extra in addition to university scholarship. That's the reason why they could bring their wife and kid. Okay, I would say don't think in the way that I come to study PhD to earn the money.
Yes.
No, you should think in the other way, that you come to study PhD but sponsored, almost or fully sponsored. You don't need to. Well, in addition to air ticket and maybe quarantine cost, no other cost for you, because you will be sponsored, fully sponsored. The big thing is that after you graduate, you got a much better salary. I mean, a few times more, 5 times more salary than PhD students. So don't keep asking, because I sometimes I receive student question in email, and they ask a lot on how much they can get paid. And well, the easiest way for me is to tell them it's enough for you or your wife included. Yes. Okay, if you ask me to do the calculation for you, I can do that, but it's kind of annoying, because you're here for the money, not here for research. You're not really interested in research. If you are really interested in research, you would only ask the question whether it will be enough to cover my cost, my living expense. And I will tell you that for 1 person, more than enough. For 2, it will be enough. For 3, sometimes it's merely enough. For 1 wife and 2 kids and 1 kid, so 3 person together, it might be enough. Okay, so yeah. So don't ask me to do the calculation for you. Okay.
I mean, sir, let me answer these questions. That you guys had, every professor, just for for your knowledge, every professor, they receive hundreds to thousands of the email from the student, especially from Indian students. So, you know, as far as I know, a lot of professors, the moment you are asking how much money I get, generally that they might just ignore your email. They will not simply not reply. So you might be think that why a lot of students write to us, and so why I wrote the email to professor, why professor don't reply back. Just make sure what kind of content you are writing. And just like what professor say, most of the Indian students, the first thing they ask is how much I can get. Just like professor say, the money that the school, if you are good enough, the stipend and the scholarship that school is giving is enough to cover your living costs. Let's put it this way. You don't need to ask more than that. You are not going Taiwan to make money from your scholarship, which is never happened. Yeah, so you can only make money and make your own future once you do well in your in your study and then get a job. Yeah, Professor, right now I will not take any question from for you, but any question from sir. Any question for Apuva? Any question?
I'm already getting in LinkedIn.
Pardon?
I'm already getting some questions on LinkedIn.
Oh, LinkedIn, yeah. So, it's okay. And you guys make sure that you don't bother our guest speakers, yeah. And if people ask a nonsense question, their time is valuable. Our time is valuable. Just make sure you help the people who deserve your help. Yes,
Sure.
and I'm thank you. Apuva, I think you are there. I just want to check with you from your experience in this NYCU. How is the how difficult for Indian student graduate and get a job in Taiwan? From your, we have not do rehearsal. I just want your honest opinion.
Yeah, like if you're asking me, like from my perspective in fabrication background, I'm not talking about machine learning and AI because I'm not the correct person. But for me, fabrication background, it's good that you have little Chinese ability. But most of my friends who are in fabrication background and even they are in digital designing, they already got the job before they can graduate and with a very good package. So I think it's not that difficult to get a job.
Yeah. And this is true. Yeah, everybody. The other thing is that right now, I hope you guys know, in this pandemic, a lot of manufacturing and a lot of production have moved to Taiwan, and Taiwan right now have short of manpower. Okay, for the next 5 years, I don't think any decent Indian student would have any tough time to get any job before you graduate.
Sure.
Yeah, I think you, Apuva, you are there, you know what I'm talking, right? So this is true. Okay, Professor Lin and Apuva, I think I will stay here 10 minutes longer. I will let our guest speaker to leave. And then I'm so sorry to take so much time from your side. And then I am sorry, sir. Apuva, thank you very much. And then Apuva, if people ask you the decent question, you can answer.
Yeah. Just, I can take care of that. It's okay.
Sorry,
I'm used to it. No, that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. 教授真的谢谢，不好意思。Yeah.
Jaichen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Apuva. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. So you guys can ask me. I will stay 10 minutes more, and then if you have any question, you can ask. Really, the professor, whatever he's saying, it's just that even that question he's answering, that contain a lot of information which that can already let you stand out among the crowd when you go for interview. Why you go to college to study? Because you want to get a better job. And how you get a better job? You apply and you interview and you pass and you get it, right? And this is exactly the good knowledge at this that you can know and then pass can fly in the interview. I don't know why. You can ask my team. I never have the experience like today. Seriously, you guys. You guys have any more question that you can ask? Rima, is anyone question that I can answer?
1 second, ma'am.
Can you ask the sir to prefer? Oh, okay. Rishabh, I will ask sir, and then Rishabh, can you write your email here? You send the email to our hello@educaretaiwan.com. I will for sure would ask the sir and will ask the list for you. Yes, I will give the sir to get. I will ask the sir to give me the list, and I will forward to you. Yes, yeah, because I really don't feel like I invited someone to my house, okay, and like our webinar, and you guys behave like this and insult my guests. I really feel like, why you guys do that? Seriously. Okay, Rishabh, sorry. I will copy your email.
I just want to say something also, because if anybody who doesn't like the session, they do have the right to leave it at any point of time, rather than getting this kind of nonsense thing. Yeah. For sure.
I'm really. Rima, can you take this Rishabh and Araja's email out and just send it to me later, okay? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. If you guys have more question, if not, I'm going. And just for your information, whoever want to take my consultation, Aniket Kumar, I will not give you the information because like you are quite rude when you are there. You keep asking what's the time, and that is, see, you guys, seriously, when you come to our webinar, actually it's a guest. If you don't like it, you can leave. People can really leave, but you guys should not harass, harass us. And we are really doing this only really because I really want to do something for India. I can show you, you guys, this is my house. I really want to show you. You guys think this is my bedroom. Actually, I'm not doing this every time. Okay, I'm showing to you. It's my house. You guys see it? This is my living room. Okay. Do you think I need to like get this whole thing and then take you guys insulting me? Really? You guys are not doing the right things. Okay. And Rima, any more questions that people are no? Okay. Bye-bye. Next week, if any students, you still have 183 people here. In the beginning of my webinar, I say that that if you guys want to really want to get about $60,000 salary, right? You really don't need to. Taiwan is the place which can already make that happen to you. You can save 50 lakh rupees, right? So each our webinar, I'm not sure that what kind of people, I mean, which professor would come, but every time in our webinar, you will learn something. I guarantee you, if you have the patience for that. And you're only giving 1 hour of your time. And if you can save 50 lakh for your family, that means every webinar is about 1 lakh. I'm not joking. I don't think of course, if you want the better service, better guidance, you can buy our service. Otherwise, if you only come to the webinar, every time you learn something, you can apply by yourself. You really don't need to buy our service. That's not my intention, really. Yeah. So just make sure every time you come, and then you can go, you will learn something, and then you can apply by yourself. There's no problem. And the reason we are having the service is that I do, for example, you tell me you are computer science, right now we have the student who say that he's in the IT, information technology. Then I would tell him, because Taiwan have 150 university, then if he want me to help him to find a better professor and better university, how I can help him for sure, Paka, to get admission. That's the only time that you need to pay the service for our service. Otherwise, our webinar actually have the good information, high quality information, and it's free, right? So I really strongly encourage you guys to join by yourself. Sign up make sure that you sign up for the Facebook. It's not we are trying to get a number, but you make sure every time you get the right information from us. Next week we have the MBA students courses. You would think why I need to get the go to MBA right now. MBA, get the 2 years of MBA. If even you are in the this webinar, the professor is going to tell why engineering students should get an MBA degree. Because you have the technology or technical skill does not mean automatically you will become a manager. That is not true, right? So you guys just make sure that if you have the technical skills, but in order to become a director, most of the students actually most of the time the company would ask you to go to get an MBA, right? So that's one of the things for like next, the coming week, I think you guys should join. Yeah, so it will only good for you. What the professor going to tell what you will learn in the MBA, yeah, and why he think that engineering student to get an MBA. And this professor from YZU is genuinely very nice professor, very nice professor. So I think that you guys will enjoy the session with him. Yeah. Okay. I will only ask Professor Lin to give the books about computer science. That is what we cannot overuse my credit for that matter. I'm so sorry, and I'm extremely sorry for my side too, that I got angry at you guys. Some of the guys who did not behave. One thing I want you to remember is that even this, you guys are young, right? And you type quickly and just for communication. But always remember, this is just it's like you guys are coming to other people's house, and just make sure you behave. Otherwise, this is extremely a discouraging event for me, that I don't want to do this anymore for any Indian students or for India. I want to ask you guys, if people really like me don't want to even help you guys, and you can only search by yourself, sometimes you got the wrong information, and then you enter to the wrong path. And right now originally we have 450 students, and half of the students went to the wrong path. What is the cost and the expense? Their family have to pay for it. And I think a lot of you guys don't know, when I started this EduCare Taiwan, I did not make any money from it, yeah, because this one student's parents come to my house, in Mumbai that time, and the kids study in Australia. The family make a house loan to send the son to Australia, 35 lakh. And the son, 2 years working in the IC design, did not get any job. And the mother actually is the elementary. This is real. Really. Anytime at the point of the time you can really check. Is elementary school teacher. They told me that they have to pay about 35,000 rupees loan. But the son did not get a job in Australia, came back, and they still have to pay the loan. Had the son himself do more research, he would know Australia is not the perfect place to study IC design, because there's no IC design industry in Australia. It's just because that he said he want to go out to experience Australia, to learn something and do something. And then the parents have to suffer. Is that fair? That is the only, every time when I want to stop why I'm doing this, and this story or the face of that student's mother's face, you keep reminding me I have to keep going, because someone might get saved by our webinar. So sorry. Okay. I think Rima, you can take out this email and then send it to me. And I would for sure will ask Professor Lin, and then for sure I would get the list of the books for you guys to study, and it's good for you guys to learn too. Yeah. And one thing is the list that he get might be a little bit difficult, but at least it's the right information for you guys to start with. Yes? Huh? Okay. Bye. I'm going. If you have any question that you guys oh, you can't answer that he said this learning is getting popular, then I'm not supervisor or I cannot ask so much question because I really I'm so sorry not because that see the chance come and the chance go, and I want you to make sure that you guys, and one thing is right now apply for 10 years ago, if any Indian student apply for Taiwan, you get admission in the top school, everybody will get it, because that time Taiwan University need international student and they don't know much about Indian students. Now there are two things make this whole process that Indian student difficult to get admission. Really, I think you can really check with approval as well. Okay, two things. One, the number of the students who apply the admission in Taiwan have increased 300%, means 3 times to 4 times more. Okay, so before, if you have the chance, it's 100%, it's 100%. Right now it become 25%. That's number one, make your chance become less. The second incident that make your chance to become less is a lot of Indian students, like what Professor Lin say, that they go to Taiwan, they do care, they only care is how much money and how much stipend they were getting from the school, but they did not think how much contribution they should have to the professor's lab. Sincerely, I want to tell you that the top 2 or 3, even like, this time NYCU, you don't know how valuable this Professor Lin to come. NYCU have about 3,000 professors. You listen to me, 3,000. The scene you did not see behind, the scene you did not see behind. They ask, she have said, right? The EECS, already all the professors, they are in the international curriculum. Almost 300 professors, they send out the email. Would you like to recruit Indian students? And please come to this webinar. For 2 weeks, no, even one single professor replied they want Indian students. And I called the head of this EECS head. I say that we already scheduled the time with him, and then he said that no professor. I say no, so far no professor signed up. Can you try a little bit more? So that's why they keep that the international office lady that EECS of the person assistant 4B, she called professor one by one and only got one professor, that's Professor Lee. You understand what I'm just saying? 300 professors, no one want to take Indian students. Only Professor Lin. And you guys, the message you guys, not you guys, sorry, the people who left, we already kicked them out, make your chance even less. And that is as an Indian, is the common karma that you guys have. I sincerely hope that, from now on, everybody, when we behave, think that you are not you alone, you are representative of India. And even in front of me, you are representative of India as well. And I am not, whatever I'm saying today is all what you did not see. And you can if you anyone who can want to do, so Taiwan, the #1 university is NYU, National Taiwan University. Second and third, they are almost the same. So it's National Tsinghua University, and this second one is NYCU. This Tsinghua University, they already have the department, even that they come to our webinar, but they come because that their boss asked them to come. But privately, I asked them, the student want to apply your your lab. They told me they will not take Indian student anymore because they only want money and they don't, produce any result. It's happening, right? So if people, I guarantee you, people, if you ask any Indian who went to Taiwan 2 years or 4 years back, and if they tell you it's very easy, yes, you should believe him that time, but not anymore. I can tell you, NSYSU, NSYSU, it's one of the top university in Taiwan. In the electrical engineering, in the IC design, Professor Wang's lab had 2 Indian students. He took from Vailtech. And the reason he took this student is that the Vailtech professor recommend both of them and say they are good students. They are always late in the lab meeting. They are always submit their assignment delay, and the professor had to go to the project leader and say, sorry, we are delayed. So the professor stopped their stipend. Originally, the professor give them about 15,000 rupees a month stipend. And the professor stopped the stipend. And then they went to the office and argued, why you stopped my stipend? The professor said, you are not doing the right, you are not studying properly and you are not deliver the project as you promised. And these 2 students did not get a stipend and delayed for, because they don't work. They delayed the graduation for 6 months. And who caused this? And if you have any opportunity to go to Taiwan, you will know most of the university and the people, they are willing to help. We are not first of all, we don't have any, how to say that, like discriminate racism. There's no, people think Indians are smart, a good image, but you guys slowly take out, the patient of the professors. I'm so sorry. Okay, bye. I hope to see you guys in next Sunday. You will learn something again. And I think that I study in chemistry engineering, and I have my MBA, which actually is the way for you to enhance your career in a different level. If you want to be in the management position, even in any company, actually, what do you need to have? Okay, bye-bye.